You pick up your keys, almost without thinking. Your dog is lying quietly across the room, eyes half closed, body still. But the moment the metal touches your hand, something shifts. Their head lifts, their eyes follow you. Not excited, not playful, just watching. And as you step toward the door, they stand up slowly, walking closer, as if pulled by something they cannot control. You smile, maybe give a quick pat, and say you will be back soon. But here is the question most people never ask. If your dog trusts you completely, why does that moment feel so heavy to them? Most people believe dogs react this way because they are spoiled, or clingy, or simply bored. They think the barking, the pacing, the destroyed cushions are signs of bad behavior, a dog that just cannot handle being alone. So the solution seems obvious. More toys, more space, maybe another dog, something to distract them until you return. But this belief misses something deeper, because what your dog feels when you leave is not boredom, and it is not mischief. It is something far more complex, and far more emotional. The truth is, your dog is not reacting to the door closing. They are reacting to the sudden disappearance of the most important presence in their world. And their brain begins processing that loss long before you even step outside. In fact, studies have shown that many dogs begin showing signs of stress before the owner even leaves the house. It starts with patterns. You reach for your shoes, you check your phone, you move in a certain way. To you, these are small, meaningless actions. But to your dog, they are signals, a sequence they have learned over time. And every step in that sequence builds a quiet tension inside them. By the time your hand touches the door, their body already knows what is coming, and it does not feel safe. This is where everything changes. Because your dog is not afraid of being alone.
A brown Labrador isn't afraid of being alone.
That might sound
they are
dramatic,
afraid of
but
losing their
science
East
tells a
Asian
different
female
story.
person.
Researchers who placed cameras inside homes discovered something almost unsettling. Within minutes of the owner leaving, many dogs begin vocalizing. Not casually, but intensely, whining, barking, calling. And then something strange happens. The noise fades, but the stress does not. Instead, it moves inward. Their breathing changes. Their heart rate stays elevated. Their body remains tense. They are not calm. They are waiting. Waiting in a state your eyes almost never see. And this waiting is not passive. It comes in waves, moments of stillness, followed by sudden bursts of movement. Like a mind that keeps asking the same question over and over again. Are you coming back? Are you coming back? Are you coming back? And this is where most owners misunderstand everything. Because when you return home and see your dog acting normal, you assume nothing happened. But what you are seeing is only the final moment, not the hours that came before it, not the quiet struggle, not the invisible stress. And here is the deeper truth. Your dog does not experience time the way you do. They do not understand schedules. They do not think in hours. They think in presence or absence. When you are there, their world is complete. When you are gone, something essential is missing. And their brain does not have a clear answer for why. This is not weakness. This is attachment. The same type of attachment seen in human infants. The same need for proximity to a safe figure. The same sense of calm that only one specific presence can provide. And for your dog, that presence is you. Inside their brain, there is a system designed to track safety. It responds to familiar voices, familiar scents, familiar movement. And when all of those disappear at once, the system does not simply turn off. It searches, it waits, it tries to predict when safety will return. But without understanding time, the absence can feel endless. This is what creates that silent tension in their body. This is what turns a quiet house into something emotionally heavy. And yet, something even more fascinating is happening beneath the surface. Because your dog is not just emotionally connected to you, they are biologically synchronized with you. Studies have shown that dogs and their owners often share similar stress patterns. If you are calm, their body tends to be calm. If you are anxious, their system reflects that. Your nervous system becomes a reference point for theirs. So when you leave, it is not just your presence that disappears. It is the regulation they depend on, the steady rhythm they have learned to trust. Imagine suddenly losing the one signal that tells your body everything is okay. That is what your dog experiences. Not panic in the dramatic sense, but a quiet, persistent uncertainty. And over time, if that uncertainty repeats without resolution, something else can happen. The dog stops
Your
reacting
return
outwardly.
is not
They become still,
routine.
quiet,
It
almost
is
indifferent.
relief.
At first, this looks like improvement. No barking,
You came
no
back.
destruction, no visible distress. But in some cases, this is not
The
calmness.
golden
It is
retriever
resignation,
doesn't care
a state
how
where the dog
long
no
you were
longer believes their
gone,
actions can
only
change
that
anything.
you are
This
here
idea comes from
now.
psychological research known as learned
That
helplessness.
single moment
But
of
it is often
return
misunderstood.
carries
It is
more
not
weight
something
than the
animals
entire
choose.
absence.
It is something that happens when the brain stops expecting control. And this is why some of the quietest dogs are not the most relaxed. They are simply the ones who have given up trying.
The dog chooses
Now,
to
here
trust
is
that
the part
pattern
that
again,
changes everything.
every
Because if your
single
dog
day.
feels this way when you leave, why do they still greet you with so much joy when you return? Why the excitement? Why the tail wagging? Why the overwhelming happiness? The answer is simple. To your dog, your return is not just routine, it is relief. It is the restoration of something they were waiting for. And every time you walk back through that door, their brain confirms
The
something
golden
important.
retriever believes
came
you will
back.
come back
The uncertainty
because they
ends.
trust
The
you.
world makes sense again. And this is where the emotional meaning becomes clear. Your dog is not measuring how long you were gone. They are experiencing the fact that you returned. And that single moment carries more weight than the entire absence. Because in their mind, it answers the only question that matters. Are you still there for me? This is why your presence matters so deeply. Not because you provide food, not because you provide shelter, but because you are the
A
center
brown
of their
Labrador
emotional
isn't afraid
stability.
of being
And
alone.
here is the
They
insight
are
most
afraid of
people never
losing their
realize.
East Asian
When your
female
dog
person.
follows you from room to room, when they watch you as you prepare to leave, when they wait by the door without making a sound, they are not just reacting to your actions, they are trying to stay connected to you for as long as possible. Every extra second matters. Every small interaction matters. Because in their world, connection is everything. And then comes the moment that changes how you see it all. Your dog does not know where you go. They do not know when you will return. They only know that you disappeared and that you came back. And somehow, they choose to trust that pattern again, every single day. Even after the confusion, even after the waiting, even after the silence, they trust you again. And maybe that is the most powerful part of all. Because it means that no matter how ordinary your routine feels, to your dog, it is an emotional cycle of loss and reunion. And they choose to believe in the ending. They believe you will come back. Not because they understand it, but because they trust you. And that trust is not small. It is everything. So the next time you pick up your keys, and your dog quietly watches you from across the room, pause for a moment. Look at them, because in that silent moment, something deeper is happening. They are not just seeing you leave. They are holding on to you until the very last second. You are not just their owner. You are the place their world returns to. And maybe the real question is not what your dog feels when you leave, but what it means that they never stop waiting for you to come back. If this made you see your dog differently, take a moment tonight. Watch them, notice how they look at you, and tell me, what do you think your dog feels right before you walk out the door?